We'll actually just be comparing trading a $1 account to a $10,000 account. Hello guys, so this is Mr. P, and today guys, we'll actually just be using a doubling strategy, meaning we'll actually just be trading a $1 account to $10,000 account. We're actually having 5 different categories. Now the first is $1, the second is $10, the third is $100, the fourth is $1,000, and the fifth is $10,000. And we'll actually just be doubling each of these particular accounts. These are 5 different accounts with 5 different categories, and we'll actually just be trying to double each of these accounts just like that. Now, of course, the feeling of trading a dollar account will be different from 10, will be different from 100, will be different from 1,000, and will be different from 10,000. I want to actually make $1 on $1 account, and $10 on $10 account, and $100 on $100 account, $1,000 on the $1,000 account, and $10,000 profit on the $10,000 account. And these guys will actually be very interesting because I'll be sitting down locked up in this trading station today, and we'll be hitting the target for the fight in this place now. Not to waste your more time, guys. Let's dive in now. Okay, guys. So now starting with our first account, this is actually what we're having. So we're actually just having $1 account now to actually start with. So yeah, so this is where things actually gets interesting, guys. Now I know a lot of us will be like, oh, you want to use $1 to make another $1, that would be very easy. But it's not like that, guys. Because guys, look at it. If you notice, currently we're actually on US 30, right? Now the thing, guys, is this: if we had gone to XAU USD, that was a good. It would have been logically impossible to take any trade with $1, right? Now, going into any trade with $1 on on XAUSD on our gold, it's logically just like not possible, right? To actually be done there. So what we have to do is to actually like maneuver it and make it possible to actually go into trades with our $1. We have to switch into US 30, right? Because the original plan was to actually trade on gold, right? But as it is, well, we just have to trade on US 30. Now, fortunately, coming to our US 30, we're actually having a nice formation at this particular spot like that. Now, if we actually check it out now, what we actually have in here is actually so smooth. It was playing around this region. If you notice it was playing around this region. It was playing around this region. After which, what do you notice? It pushed up above this particular zone that we're actually having here. It pushed up above the zone that we're actually having here, right? After which it started going up. Now, whenever you see a formation like this of something playing around, giving a crazy consolidation, or just playing around, giving a lot of candlesticks within a region, and then takes off out of that region, now something is actually formed around that spot, and that's what we'll actually call an order block. Now, what are we expecting this thing to do? We're expecting it to come back to this region. Why? I already told you. It's what order blocks do. Whenever an order block is created, it has to play and go back to that region, right? It's that easy, right? We already know that this particular stuff wants to play around this region, after which it wants to drop down to hit this particular zone, which we're actually having at the spot. So what do we want to do? We actually want to map out a zone, yeah? We actually want to map out a zone. Right now, this is exactly what we're having. Now, we already know the final movement of this stuff. First of all, this is actually a rectangular formation, and then we're actually having this particular stuff like this. So we know the final direction, even with a rectangular formation, even without seeing our order block at about the spot. We already know that this stuff has to go down because it was coming from the top, so it has to go down now, right? Now, if you don't know how chart patterns work, I actually have a book on that on my website. You can actually just purchase that, and you see how the chart patterns actually work. Now, so what I'm actually waiting for now, I'm actually waiting for this particular spot to break below the spot. Now, the nice thing here, guys, is this, is that this particular spot keeps playing around this region, meaning that if this stuff can actually get towards my higher high, I can actually go into this particular trade, right? I can actually go into this particular trade and leave the trade at about this spot. Now, look, anytime you actually have consolidations and things like that, now whenever I get to the higher high, it means that something wants to happen. The consolidation wants to be over, or the consolidation wants to end, especially when it wants to go towards the direction that you are expecting it to go to, right? Now, in this case, we're expecting it to push down, right? So what I'm actually just waiting for now is I'm waiting for this particular stop to either just drop down, breaks below the spot, and then I simply wait for this particular spot to complete, right? Come here, hit the spot, and then I stock in my buys. or I wait for this spot to go back up towards this particular region, go back up towards this particular region to my higher high, my highest level of this particular consolidation, and then I stock in enough sales. So either way, we're having a trade, right? Except magic happens, and well, except magic happens and then it pushes up. If it pushes up, then it's coming straight to this level, then which would be magical. Like that would be surprising. But this chart, guys, anything can happen. So guys, we'll actually just be waiting and actually just see how the next few minutes actually goes. Okay guys, I'm very sorry. I actually lost track of this particular spot. It actually didn't break below our zone, right? So it actually pushed up to hit a higher level at about that spot. Let me show you that again. And unfortunately, I wasn't aware, right? Unfortunately, I wasn't aware. You can actually see it actually hit our highest level there, after which we just started dropping down, right? I actually just went to process some stars, because for those that are part of us here, they already know how it goes. I try sorting out some other stuff, because these trades can take a lot of time and the rest. But you can actually see it actually just hit a particular spot. So I went in a bit late. First of all, this stuff we're actually using 15 minutes time frame. Just before you ask, we actually use 15 minutes time frame, and you can actually see we went into a trade, right? Well, we're actually using a margin of 0.97, guys. Yeah, I know, guys. I know that's actually crazy, but what to do, guys? What to do? So it's actually moving. We're actually having about 0.03 cents currently, and we'll actually just wait and actually just see how speculative stuff actually goes. We already know where our stop loss is, of course, at about this region. If it goes back to this region, yeah, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good, guys. So we don't want to go there at all. But that should be our stop loss, right? And then we already know our take profit level. These actually are take profit level. Guys, these are actually what we're having currently. You can actually see this. So we're actually having about 98 cents, 97 cents currently. So you see actually just playing around this range. So this just roughly $1, but remember, guys, it has to hit $1 in a time. Okay, seems like it's actually good. Now that's the dollar, guys. That's the dollar. So it will actually just hit $1. So we'll actually just zoom off this particular trade now. These are exactly what we're having, guys. Now, as you can actually see, we actually just hit our $2, right? So currently we're actually having like $2 now on our account. For our next category, we're actually bringing in our new fresh account of our $10, and at $10 we'll actually be trying to trade that and adding another $10 to it. So this will be for our second category. Now on our second category, we'll actually be using US30 also, because I can actually see nice movie already. But let me actually just set up the account and we'll just be right back, guys. So these actually what you're having currently, and these actually really smooth, guys. Now look at this. Now, remember, we actually we stopped at about the spots. That was roughly about 40 with that's roughly about an hour ago, just roughly around an hour or so. And we actually had a formation like this, which was actually a morning star. I didn't even notice that before. Well, also again, I didn't even notice that. But then this was actually a morning star, after which we actually had a bearish hammer actually occurred. So I was really skeptical about that. And then boom, I actually had a bullish engulfing. But then bullish engulfing, there are actually some exceptions, right? Because this bullish engulfing is engulfing myotically my bearish hammer and also my morning star here. But then there's another crazy bearish candlestick here, which it couldn't engulf, meaning that that's very tricky. So because of that, I just had to wait a little longer. Now in waiting, I was just looking for one more confirmation at least, and then boom, this candlestick occurred. Boom, another bearish, bearish hammer actually occurred. I was like, okay, this one we're having so many bearish hammer. Let's actually just chill and wait. And boom, a bullish engulfing actually occurred. That was what I was looking for. Now, if you actually notice, this bullish engulfing is basically engulfing all the candlesticks here, right? Now, because of that, we can actually zoom into the trade now, telling us that, boom, our order block formation is now officially completed. So let's zoom into this trade now, guys. Okay, guys, so this is actually what you're having. If you actually check out the specular stuff now, so I would have stocked in trades, right? I would have stocked in trades while we're actually looking at this stuff, right? Because this was actually really nice. I wanted to keep stocking trades, but I was like, nah, we're just making $10. We're just trying to hit $10. So there's no need to like I know it's taking time. But there's no need. There was no need to add more trades. Let's actually just make it a little bit more fun, right? By not adding trades, we just use a normal original entry to actually just flow along with the trade. So if you actually check this particular stuff now, we're actually running over $10 already. So we can actually literally close this trade now. The momentum is actually really nice. Yeah, so if you actually check out this stuff, boom, went in at about the spot. There was absolutely no retracement at all. It actually just started pushing up. So roughly we spent roughly how long on this trade? Roughly 1 hour 30 minutes or so on this trade, if I'm not mistaken. You can calculate that. But now it seems like we're below $9 again, and the rest of them. But let's actually just wait and actually see. I think this stuff has some crazy momentum currently. I'm actually just going to close this trade. While I'm closing, I'm just going to wait for it to hit $10. When it actually hits $10 or crosses, I'm going to close the trade. So I'm just going to cut out this boring part like that. That's it, guys. So currently you can actually see we're actually having about 20 bucks now. So for our second category of pushing our $10 through to 20 is actually done. So now we'll actually just go from our $10 now. We'll actually want to go to our 100 bucks and actually check that out also now. Okay, guys. So this is actually our third category. So we're actually having our we're actually having 100 bucks here, right? So we just need to add 100 bucks to it. Now, guys, for this one will actually be very, very easy. I wanted to actually go back to my gold XAUSD. It's just funny how like the entire plan for this video is just changing here, because guys, the entire plan for this stuff was to actually use our XAUSD to actually trade. That was the plan, right? That was the plan. But USDT is looking too good. Like, it's looking too good to just leave. Because look at it, guys. Look at it. Now, we actually cut this particular stuff and we left towards about this region. Now, what do you notice? Like, just looking at the chart, what do you see? All bullish momentum, right? And it's taking off and it's giving us more bullish candlesticks, and they are massive candlesticks, right? I remember we actually had a bullish engulfing before, telling us that the bullish candlesticks are now in charge, right? Now we only had just one bearish candlestick here. This entire stuff, this entire momentum is still crazily strong. So until we actually have what they claim a bearish and a bearish candlestick, and maybe at least two bearish candlesticks side by side, so that one is not engulfing the other, then we know that the bullish candlesticks are still in charge of the market. So if we leave this chart now and go to a different chart, we'll basically just be wasting pips, right? It will just basically be for this video, or we'll just be wasting pips like that. But let's not do that, guys. Let's not do that. So what we can actually just do without any further analysis on the rest, let's actually just zoom into this trade. We already know where our stop loss will be. Our stop loss will just be at about this region, right? That's where our stop loss will be, and our take profit level will just be when we actually see our bearish a bearish candlesticks forming side by side, so that one is actually engulfing another. Or we can actually just zoom off if we actually hit our target, right? Because we might actually just hit our target very fast. I don't know how long. This stop might actually just start reversing now. This USDT, anything can happen. But while we are still having some crazy bullish momentum, let's actually just try taking advantage, guys. So let's talk into the trade now. Okay, so what we're actually having here, guys, is actually really, really smooth now, right? I actually just went to take some stops, things like that, and going back, this is actually really smooth, guys. This is actually really smooth, right? This is actually really smooth. Yeah, so we're actually having about 110. We actually crossed our target already. Okay, 109 now, but the momentum is actually really smooth. That's what I actually so love about it now. And if you notice, just like we calculated, you can actually see that it's still just all bullish momentum, right? Still bullish momentum, things like that. So it's actually just still pushing. Even what we said about having a normal bearish, they didn't work out, right? So we're still just having a crazy bullish formation like that. And one tricky thing, guys, was this: it actually almost hit our stop loss. Our stop loss was just below this. So don't forget that our stop loss was just below this region, right? It almost hit us. It almost literally hit our stop loss. But well, I'm happy it didn't. Well, thank God it didn't, right? It actually just kept pushing up like that. So thank God it actually didn't hit our stop loss. So it actually just kept pushing up like that, right? And now we're actually far over 100 bucks. We're actually running about 117. Now this stuff will keep pushing up, but we already hit our target. So there's no need to remain this mark. You can actually see the momentum is just crazy. Like, you can actually see actually having about 121 bucks now. So guys, not to waste much time, let's actually zoom up the street now. So currently, if you actually check out this particular stuff, the momentum is actually CC crazy. It's actually just pushing up and just taking off like that. It's actually just running, right? So if you actually notice, we're actually having about 2 to 4. So we actually had an extra of about $24 to our target, things like that. So we'll actually just move to our next category, which will actually be far more interesting now, because we've taken too much trade on USDT. Let's actually go back to our original XAUSD now and actually just trade at 1K now and add on an extra 1,000 bucks. And we know that we have a 10K and add an extra 10,000 bucks to that, and we should be done. Okay, guys. So this is actually what we're having on our fourth category. We're actually having 1,000 bucks. Well, 1,087 cents there, and these are actually what we're having currently. Now, we would have been able to go into this trade nicely if we had started from it, right? We would have been able to catch it nicely. I'm just going to show you why. Now, the first stuff that we're actually having here is that we actually, okay, let me show you that. Let me show you that. Good. Okay, let me just show you what I'm trying to. Okay, good. Now look at it. Now, we actually had a crazy resistance, or what they call a crazy support at about the spot, right? This particular chart just couldn't drop below this. Remember, it was actually on a nice downtrend at about the spot, at least on our 15 minutes time frame, right? It was actually dropping down like this. It was supposed to continue dropping down, but then it actually had to get rejected, right? Because a strong support got created out of nowhere, right? And then buyers started storming the market, and then it pushed up towards this particular zone. Now, what did you notice? You noticed that after playing around the spot, it decided to come back to this spot again. Now, I don't have to tell you what this is again. We looked at it already on US30. You already know what it is, right? It's an order block. So it actually came towards this particular spot to touch it, right? It got to that spot and touched it. And what do you notice? It pushed up again. So we would have actually caught this trade just like we caught US30. It's just we couldn't really start from there because of the amount we were starting from $1. Well, we couldn't go into any trade on XAUUSD like that, right? So we would have caught this particular trade, and after which this particular one also, right now, this particular trade is actually what is running, because it's actually played down, pushed back to this to our order block again for the second time, meaning that now we can actually just storm into our trades nicely, right? Yeah, it actually left us at about the spot, but it's still cool. It actually gives some retracement, and now we're at about the spot like that. So now where do we think it's going to? It's coming towards this particular zone, of course, towards this particular zone. This is actually where it's coming to, right? It's coming towards this particular zone, and from there, well, we'll see what happens. But for now, let's actually just try catching that particular stuff. And I guess on this one, we might have to stack in trades, right? On this one, we might have to stack in trades as we actually move, because I actually just want us to hit the target and just be done with it. So we already know our stop loss will be. Our stop loss will just be at about this range. And our take profit is at about this spot. I already told you that. And from there, we'll actually just watch what happens from that particular spot, just like that. We actually just went into this trade, and we're actually running about 230 already. We are not stacking trades yet, nothing, right? Okay, well, it's playing around. It's just the momentum currently is just too smooth, right? It's just too smooth. Like the momentum currently is actually just too smooth. Okay. Now I actually didn't stock in because I noticed that the number of trades that we're actually going into, they are already okay. So I wanted to stock in more trades, but we actually have a target. We're not trying to go too much over our target, right? We just want to follow the pattern of this video, right? But if aside that, I could have stuck in more trades and would have made far more than this, but we actually just have to follow the pattern of this video, things like that. So well, it still went over 1,000, even if I wanted to just be 1,000. I actually just went to sort out some stuff. When I came back, it was like flash. It actually just got here, so you can actually see it's actually just playing around this range. So guys, what we're just going to do is to zoom off the trade first before any other funny stuff actually occurs. Guys, something funny actually occurred. Yes, something funny. Just as I was about to close the trade, the momentum of the charts just went instantly, like very, very, very bad, and the rest, and then a crazy retracement started. Let me actually show you that. A crazy retracement actually started. This was it. So we're supposed to leave just at about the spot. So a crazy retracement started, and it started dropping down again towards the particular spot. You can actually see it. So I actually just have to wait again for the charts to actually just continue pushing back up again, and which it did. So currently we're actually having about 1.3K or so, and I want to close it. Guys, the momentum currently, I don't have any idea what's happening. The momentum currently is just crazy. It's just running. So let's actually leave this trade now, right? Before any other funny thing happens. I know there's an excess of about 400, but let's just leave. Let's just leave. The momentum of this chart is just crazy, right? Let's just move this trade now. Now, currently, guys, this is actually what we're having. So we're actually having about 2.2K currently at about the spot. I know an extra of 200 bucks. Well, it's cool, guys. It's cool. We'll actually just utilize that for something else. But so we are actually done with our fourth category. We're actually able to add $1,000 to it. So next now is actually the most interesting, where we'll actually be adding 10K to our $10,000 account. Guys, if this goes very well, I'll actually be so happy, guys. I'm actually already still seeing information here because we were supposed to catch this stuff towards this particular range. We didn't fully catch everything, so you actually just to analyze the chart and get an entry point, and boom, we can actually storm our 10k also from the spot. So let's actually just log in our 10k account now, so we can actually just proceed. So guys, now this is actually really smooth. Now I'm actually so excited, guys. So started from $1 and added $1, 10 added 10, 100 added 100, 1,000 added 1,000, and now we are on 10k, right? Now the mission is to actually add 10k. Now guys, this is this one will actually be so interesting, guys. This one will actually be so interesting. Now I can actually see perfect stuff here, so I don't know if we're just lucky today or something, because the formations, especially the one we had on USDT, was just like a free gift from the broker. And what we're actually having here also now is just like a free gift also from the broker. To start with, we're actually having this, and then boom, this was actually created, right? This was actually created at about the spot. Now look at it, guys. And then we have this okay, let me draw that again. We actually have this formation nicely at about the spot. You can actually see a normal soft trend which is actually getting from there. Now look at where stops now get even far more interesting. You check out this particular spot, and then you see a nice internal at the spot. Guys, can you see that? Now, those that actually went through my MC100, MC100 class, that's season 4, they actually understand exactly what I'm talking about, right? They actually understand without any doubts. The MC100s today is actually understand what I'm talking about. But then if I want to explain this, it will be so complicated. So because of that, just actually see that, just actually take it that there's actually an uptrend that's about the spot, which is actually pushing up. And then boom, it has actually hit our uptrend nicely, right? And then we can actually see our normal, or technically a normal order block before, a normal order block origin. I take profit level was at about this spot, which has not been hit yet. So what can we do now? Let's talk in trades, guys. Hey guys, so these are true what we're having currently. We're actually having about 4.8k already. I just remembered I forgot to actually drop the a stop loss and everything. I actually forgot to actually drop that. So if we actually check out this particular stuff now, this particular range here will actually be our stop loss. Of course, this particular range here will actually be our stop loss. And just take profit. We already spoke about our take profit. Is actually our take profit, right? Is actually our take profit level already. So I actually stacked in some trades. If you actually notice, I actually just placed this now, just I think like 5 minutes ago, right? I actually just placed this trades here. Also, wow, finally, guys, finally. Guys, I literally got tired. Like I've been coming, this stuff has just been consolidating around that range and region, and didn't just want to leave that spot. So I just had to relax and just continue about my normal stops and the rest, because I was not tired, guys. It's been a long time that I started recording this video, and now I'm so exhausted, right? Yeah, like this, I was so exhausted. So this particular stuff literally took about 2 hours and a few minutes, right, to actually get completed. So it was actually really crazy, guys. It was actually really crazy. So guys, don't blame me. It wasn't my intention for this stuff to go over 10k like this. It wasn't. It's cool, yeah, but if I was here when it was at 10k, I would have left the trade instantly. So it wasn't my intention. I was actually coming to wait, and it was just there. And if you notice it, it suddenly just took off. It even took off at about the spot before I didn't even notice it, right? But then it suddenly took off at about the spot. So that was how it got to the spot. It's not like I was waiting for it to get there. It wasn't intentional, okay? So please understand that it wasn't intentional. So what we're actually just going to do, guys, is we're actually just going to zoom off this trade now. We don't have to, there's nothing we're doing in this trade anymore. So we're actually able to hit all our categories, and you can actually now know like the difference between like $1 through to like $10,000, like how it feels like trading them, right? Some are actually like kind of like trading $1. If I should actually resonate, I think trading $1 to make $1 was possibly the most difficult, because you have to get the point right, because if anything goes wrong, the dollar is gone, right? So that one was actually very challenging. So that and if you actually ask me which one was the easiest, it was actually just adding 10k extra to the $10,000, which is already there. This one was actually kind of like easy. The capital was there, and also it was actually very easy. So that reminds me, guys, if you actually want a higher capital to actually trade, just remember to go on the tradercapital.com, right? So actually just get notically a larger capital to actually trade, right? A prop firm, right? So you can actually get a prop firm account. accounts to actually trade. So you just go on the tradercapital.com. Now you can actually trade any any asset of your choice, starting from synthetic indices, that's very synthetic indices like your boom and crash, your Volatility 75, and the rest of them, right? Or you can decide to trade your Forex, normal Euro USD, and the rest of them, or your stock indices, NASDAQ, US 30, US 100, your commodities, SAU, USD, and the rest of them. You can literally trade anything, including your Bitcoin, right? You can literally trade anything on the Traders Capital prop firm, right? So you just simply need to go on the tradercapital.com and you sign up there, and you can actually just get an account and just get funded. Now you can decide to go through a one-step challenge if you want, or you can decide to go for the usual two-step challenge. Or you can decide to not go for any challenge at all. So you can get a funded account without going for any challenge at all, like zero challenge. So you just simply apply and boom, you get a funded account instantly, just like that, without any stress. So guys, that's just how a spec class of actually goes, guys. So that's just how a spec class of actually goes, guys. So guys, yeah. So guys, that video was actually really stressful. But yeah, so I guess you actually understood how we're actually able to run through the accounts like that. So we actually started from $1 and then went to $10 and then went to $100 and then went to 1,000 and then went to 10,000. Right? So we actually looked at 5 categories of accounts just like that. And yeah, so you can actually just review this video to actually master every strategy that we actually used for each of these accounts, things like that. Like I already told you, the $1 account was actually much more stressful because any little error, the account was gone. Right, so and then the easiest to actually trade was, of course, $10,000 account. And so it was because of that I told you, if you actually want a prop firm funded account, you can actually go to the tradercapital.com and actually get a prop firm account even without passing through any challenge at all. Or you can decide to pass through only one challenge. Or, well, why not? You can decide to pass through 2 challenge steps also if you want, right? And you can get funded both on derivative synthetic indices, on Forex, or on crypto, or whatever you want to trade there, just like that. So it's actually very, very smooth and very, very easy, just like that, guys. So guys, if you're actually new to this particular YouTube channel, just remember to hit on subscription button, hit on like button, and remember to turn the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that I'll be dropping out from this place, just like that. Now in this place, we don't just drop crazy strategies like this. We'll actually also drop free robots indicators that you can actually use to hit the market crazily, just like that. And they are always going out come for free. Always going out come for free, just like that. Now, if you're actually not part of our free Telegram channel, free Signal channel, you're actually missing a lot. Our free Telegram channel, the link to actually get to our free Telegram channel is actually just in the description box there. You can actually just hit on the link there to actually just be part of Mr. Perfect's University. It's actually really, really smooth there, guys. So there we actually just drop some sniper entry signals where you can actually just use to double or even triple or quadruple your account, just like that. It's actually really, really smooth there, guys. So that's just how it's back class of actually goes, guys. So bye from guys. I'm Mr. P. Peace.